Hi, my name is M Cimfel. I'm running for Secretary of State in Nebraska 2024-2026. This broadcast, now I have bad teeth. When I say this, it means it's too difficult to explain because of teaching a learning disability. I have good eyes. I have better than 20/20 vision, and I'm trying to explain that I need to get my message across to these people and get them to make my mark as Secretary of State 2024-2026. So, I need as many votes as I can get. Now, with bad teeth and bad speech, some people might not want to vote for me, and they may have other reasons not to vote for me. Now, this is very important to remember. I have had people made my mark since I was in the kindergarten. Now, I go by Lee Z or Lee M Cimfel, either one. And it is very important to understand that when you let somebody become on the ballot, that there is a scare. It scares you. So I had devised a plan. If I'm on the ballot, I do not want interference from the election. So these people say, I'm not interfering with your election by stealing your stuff or cutting in front of your video, whatever. So the main input is, if you vote for me, write it in anyway, regardless of whether I'm on the ballot or not. So in other words, if I'm voting for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, I may write both their names in handwriting in the handwritten section, or even on the form somewhere, maybe just write Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. See, Harris's name is above Trump in alphabetical order. So it would go Harris and then Trump. This is controversial because D, as in Donald, comes before K, as in Harris. So on the ballot, it should say D first and then H, because that does legal. And in Google or what state ballot, it's really too difficult to explain. In the computer world, the computer gets an error if it has a H, if it's their last name first, or the T. So pretty much, if you vote for me in 2026, I simply want Leecimfel, and then change the last letter, the F in my name, to a different letter, and the last. It's really too difficult to explain, but Lee would simply go as, for instance, an S would mean LES. So if someone says they're less, simless, okay, I've done it. I've given you the secret. It says simfes. So less simfes. It's a protected code. It's my money. I have money, and people can go and get a credit card and pretty much say anything. Now, they're allowed to change 2 letters in their name on a credit card. So it's important to remember that if someone votes for me and changes their handwriting or something, I'm okay with it. So it just the secret to this is the COVID-19 crisis and people trying to move their hand the right way and stuff like this. And if somebody is not allowed to fill out a form in a certain, without making a mistake, then they're like a slave used to, or a machinist maybe got his hand cut off in the machine or something. So I'm not changing what I'm putting on my form. at this time. But I do know if people vote for me, that I'm not picky about what it says. I'm not too in particular. Maybe just write secret and then Lee M Cimfel, or just secret 20. It's really hard to explain. I need votes. I need people to make my mark. I come from a middle class family where people are very particular about who they vote for. So, in other words, in the middle class, people need to be careful about who they vote for. Now, my campaign slogan is I fight big planes with big lasers. So, well, that's one of it's why I want you to vote for me, is because I've been in trouble in the past, and with pointing lasers at pointing lasers at people, at airplanes and stuff like that, and people need to understand this a little bit more correctly. So, I I was in trouble with the law, but my case got dismissed. It got buried and locked and sealed into the Nebraska archives. That it is not illegal. In other words, you see the light, I see the light. So the light, meaning the laser, we need to come together and agree on leadership in this country and agree on other topics that are very important and in the news. So vote for me as Lee M. Cimfel, Secretary of State, Nebraska, 2024-2026. Thank you.